Hello everyone and welcome to Rodan Man's Reviews. So today we're taking a look at the Marvel Legends X-Force Warpath. So let's go ahead, we'll take Warpath down from the stand here. So as you can tell, this is the old school, beginning of X-Force days, if any of you are familiar with him, and I'm sure you are. Back when Rob Liefeld, however you say his last name, was drawing the comics. I've always been a fan of Warpath, so I was really happy about getting this figure. So let's dive in and take a look at what we've got here. So again, like I said, this is obviously the classic Warpath look. As far as articulation, so he has everything we come to expect from Marvel Legends figures. I'm going to go ahead and show you this now. His arms do the 90 degrees. Now, I can tell you with these shoulder pads that we have here for him, they don't really hinder so much, but when you start moving the arms around a little bit, they do have the tendency of, and they are removable. So if you want to take those off, you can, and I think for purposes of articulation, just for a second, I'm going to do that. Now, his arms do go out to about the 90-degree angle. He's also got butterfly joint there, so there's that. He's got swivel at both bicep, right? So swivel at both bicep. He's got a swivel at both wrist. Okay, he's double jointed for the arms. So we've got double jointed arms, double jointed, twist at the wrists, twist at the bicep. He does do the ab crunch forward, ab crunch back. He does have a swivel for both legs. There we go. So that leg, and then this one gets a little stuck here. There we go. So little swivel for that leg. We've got also double jointed legs, right? So he's good there. His feet do point down. They do point back up, as you can see, and then of course we do have peg holes, right? He does have the as far as head, he can look down. He can look up to a degree, not too far, because again, with the hair, a lot of figures that have hair like that, it's hard for them to to maneuver the head up. So basically the articulation that we're used to with Marvel Legends figures. This is apparently the same mold that was used for one of the other figures in Marvel Legends, the Omega Red figure. So it's the same mold as Omega Red, right? Now, as far as getting the shoulder pads back on, you can see right there we've got a couple of little holes. So all we have to do, and then both of these shoulder pads have little pegs on them, right? So all you've got to do is just line them up with the holes, push it back down. It's not too bad of a hindrance or anything. I mean, you can still move and pose it up. I just, for purposes of articulation, I wanted to remove them and show you guys. As far as paint apps, I really like, as stated previously, this is the old school Warpath. From the early days of X-Force, and and he was always one of my favorite, if not my favorite figure from X-Force. As far as additional items that come with him, he is part of the Strong Guy Build-A-Figure line, so he does get one of Strong Guy's legs, right? So we get that with him. We also get, as you can see, I've got the fisted hands on Warpath right now, on Mr. James Proudstar. We also get some hands that are kind of the semi-closed ones, and if you look, you can see they're almost have like trigger fingers on both of the hands. So he can grasp things like a gun if he needed to, if you wanted to pose them up like that. Or if you had, some knives that fit in his hand. I don't happen to have any figures with knives right now to show that, but if you wanted to give him the more modern look that he has with the knives, the vibranium knives that he has, you could probably do that. I'll pop these off just so you guys can see. And then of course he has these little, these little armbands, these little wristbands here. So we'll pop that hand off and we'll put the other alternate hand on. There you go. Right. So that's both of the hands. So yeah, so he comes with the Build-A-Figure, Strong Guy Build-A-Figure leg, these additional arms, the shoulder pads that do come off, and then he has this belt that is, you can move it up and down, it's loose, it's not stuck on the figure or anything like that, so you can definitely move it around if you need to or if you want to. So that's pretty much it as far as, accessories for Warpath. Let's go ahead and take a look. So size-wise, and I'm going to back the stand up a little bit here and kind of push him back so you guys can see. So size-wise, he measures in at just about 7 inches, almost exactly, maybe just a little bit over by a tad, but about 7 inches. Just to compare him, guys, to some of the other figures from Marvel Legends. So here he is against the, standing next to the, oh, he's fallen over, standing next to the Marvel Legends Black Panther. Really love this Black Panther figure. I reviewed him in a previous video, so if you guys get a chance to check it out, do so. Really like that figure a lot. But there he is against, see, he's about a head taller than Black Panther, okay? And for those of you who are looking to build your X-Force team, which I'm definitely doing, I've got, of course, Sunspot, and now want to build even further with that. So we have also Shatterstar, who is again about a head shorter than Warpath, right? So yeah, so these are both of these figures have the costumes of the early days of each of their characters. So Shatterstar and Warpath. What I need now is a Feral figure, a reasonably good Cannonball figure, and some others to complete my line here. I'd like to get a hold of one of the Cable figures as well. So looking to build on the X-Force line because, like I said, I was a fan of the early days of X-Force. So yeah, so Warpath. Looking at him too, as far as paint apps. I mean, if you look at him, he's got the mask that kind of covers his eyes, the headband. The hair is really well done. He's got, as you can see, a couple of feathers there. He's got the blue and red costume on. No flaws as far as the paint apps go that I can see. Nothing bleeding over. And if it is, it's so minor that you really can't even tell. So, about the only, I would say, lack of a better term, the only gripe I had, I wish he was just a little bit taller because he was always made, drawn so much bigger in the comics. He was fairly bigger than the other guys in the team on X-Force. He kind of towered over everybody, so he was probably, that much taller or so. So it would have been cooler if he was about a half an inch or so taller, but it is what it is. He's a great figure overall. I highly recommend getting him if you haven't gotten him yet, and especially if you're a fan of the X-Men or X-Force in particular. So yeah, Marvel Legends, X-Force, Warpath, great figure. Pick him up if you get a chance. All right, everybody. So as always, thank you for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. And I'll see you all next video.